everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking the 2026 Ram 1500 Warlock to a couple of car events. We're actually going to a Cars and Coffee event or an open house later today for Chase Classic Motors, and then we're also going to go to America's Most Wanted 4x4 for their grand opening of their new headquarters. But I am actually showing my dad the Warlock for the first time. He's never seen a Warlock pickup. And this package isn't brand new. They actually made its debut back in 2019 on the Ram 1500 Classic, but rolled out to the DT trucks in 2023. And then last year I got this update. So the interesting thing is I'll tell you the difference real quick. For 2026, now you can get the Pentastar V6 because the Pentastar is back. It was in the truck in 23 and 24. As well as the 5.7 Hemi. So last year it was standard with this engine, which is the twin turbo 3-liter Hurricane standard output, which makes 420 horsepower and 469 pound-feet of torque. But what is your overall thought on what the truck looks like and stuff?
I like it. It's really nice.
Yeah? What do you like about it?
I like the looks of it. I just like the design, and it's just a nice package. It looks clean.
Yeah.
It's not overly done. It looks nice.
So basically what we're looking at is a Ram 1500 Rebel underneath, but it's dressed in a tradesman like clothing, I would say. So basically it's a decontented Rebel that's about 10 grand less than what the actual Rebel is. So for example, you get off-road suspension, a 1-inch lift. Unlike the Rebel, it doesn't have fender flares. But you do get the same Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack 33-inch tires, same suspension. You do get the Tradesman front end. So you do have standard LED reflective headlamps, which is kind of funny because in 2025 they actually got rid of, on the Rebel, they actually got rid of the DRLs. So the Rebel and the Tradesman now have the same headlamps, same tail lamps. You do get LED fogs. The bumper and grille design is different on this truck because, again, you're looking at a tradesman. So the grille design's a little different. And the bumper, believe it or not, go and tap that front bumper. It looks like it's plastic, but it's metal. You get massive tow hooks out the front, just like the Rebel. But listen how quiet.
Yeah, the only thing you hear is maybe like the fuel rail. You don't hear the typical 5.7 tick.
So yeah, there's benefits with the Hurricane, and there's some things I don't like about it, but you can see like for 2026, the first thing they did was they got rid of the SST badging, and now they all say Hurricane, which is actually really cool. I like that. So where you save your money is right here. You're basically looking at a tradesman interior, which I actually like, and I think your phone's ringing. So anyways, tell me what you think of the interior on this thing, because you owned a 2006 Ram 1500 Bighorn, and I think it's, even though this is a work truck, I think it's kind of like on par with that truck.
Yeah, it's much nicer. It's just I do like the looks of it, and yeah. I think function-wise, it's nice. Everything looks nice. It's not overly done.
No,
I'm not a fan of like luxury trucks. This is very nice though. Everything's contoured nice, the dash is sculpted, it's nice. Nice seats.
So the cool thing about this package is you get a standard 8.4-inch Uconnect system, and I have my phone hooked up to it right now. So you get Apple CarPlay, wireless CarPlay, which is really cool. So even though this stereo system doesn't have navigation standard, you can still use Apple CarPlay and still get navigation. I really like the fact that it has a bench seat. So the center console actually moves up. You can have 6 passenger seating, which I absolutely love. This thing's got tons of storage. You can see it's got storage in here. It's got storage underneath. But overall, I really like the package. I think it's a clean package. This was probably my favorite package for 2025, and it's probably one of my favorites for 2026. Now, the very interesting thing about this truck is, again, with the Hemis and the Hurricanes, you get dual exhaust out the back. The Hurricane's kind of dull in its sound. It kind of reminds me, driving wise, it's smooth, but even though it has power, it does have turbo lag a little bit. And I noticed that the RPMs run a little higher than what the Hemi does on the highway. So you're running about 1,800 RPM at 75 miles an hour compared to where a Hemi would run about 1,200 because of that displacement change. But this truck does have, obviously, the Mopar step, so you can take and push it out to climb in the back of the truck, and then to go put it back in, you just basically, you got to get it just right and push it up there. It does have a spray-in bed liner with the bed rails, dampened tailgate, LED lamps in the back, and it also does have a power outlet in the actual bed too, which is really nice. The only thing I can complain about, and yeah, the cargo rails are cool too. I had those in my Ram, my 2019 Ram. The only thing I'm going to complain about this truck is, so when you start it up and stuff at night, look at, there's LED lighting right here in the handle now. Okay, there's LED lighting right here for the license plate. These are incandescent bulbs, but they still look pretty decent, right? My biggest complaint is the cargo lights. So if I open up the door right now, if I open the door, those lights are incandescent bulbs. Yeah, so look at, I mean, why can't they spend an extra 15 cents, maybe 3 cents, depending on how much they cost, for bulk, and put LED lamps in that to make it blend in with the rest of the truck? And that's not just the Warlock, that is every trim level if you don't get the backup, the actual 360 cameras. So to me, that's one of the disappointing things about the truck, but overall I really like it. So anyways, one of the things my dad pointed out was, what were you saying earlier?
I just asked you, this almost looked like an indentation or a dent in the truck, but it's just a dimple. It's kind of stands out.
So the funny thing is like, this is something new. Like, my 2019 truck didn't have that, and I thought it did originally. My buddy who bought it off of me actually proved me wrong last night, but he said the same thing. He came up and goes, man, that looks like a dent in the truck. But no, it's just where you push it open to get the fuel. So that's something new that they put in. But everybody, especially on this silver color, everybody has said that looks like a dent. It's kind of comical because you're not the only one who said that. But overall, I do think it's a sharp looking package. I do like the aggressive looks. Now this truck stickers in at almost $57,000. It's $56,595 with the Hurricane engine and the way it's set up. So, I mean, still a lot of money in today's world, but compared to what the truck market has been after COVID, it's not that bad of a price, I would say. But ultimately, this package 5 years ago, let's put it this way, for this kind of money 5 years ago, you could get a Bighorn Backcountry, which was the Bighorn version of this truck. You'd step up to have a little more luxury features. But again, I think the Tradesman's a good deal. The only thing I can say that I really don't like about it is I do love the bench seat. I think that's one of the best features about this truck. But the only problem is it's not power, and I'm 6'1", so like I wish I could lower the seat just a little bit. But other than that, I really like the truck. It still has the same back seats as my like Laramie. So I mean, you still get tons of room. Just the seats don't slide. So, and the door panels, you can tell this is where you're saving your money. You don't get the leather wrapped, handles and stuff like that. So, but yeah. So what do you think ultimately?
Overall, I like it. I really do. I like the truck. It's nice.
Yeah. What would you?
I think they did a nice job with it.
What would you change about it?
Well, if I change anything, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the first impressions. Really nice. It's nice.
All right, you ready to go for a ride with this? You've never rode in you've rode in the RHO,
Yeah.
but you've never rode in the Hurricane standard output trucks.
Yeah.
All right, we're inside the truck now, and I want to show them the interior because obviously we looked at the exterior, but so this is very bare bones in today's world. So now you get an 8.4-inch Uconnect system, which is funny because I just uploaded the newest version of iOS for Android, for iPhone, and it's running wireless Apple CarPlay. So you do get like Siri and all that other stuff. And then on top of it, I have like, Apple Music, and because this one doesn't have navigation, obviously with CarPlay, you can put navigation up. So you're not missing anything with the bigger screens by any means. The cool thing is I like the fact that it's back to like how your 2006 Ram was. I mean, I like the fact that it's got these chunky knobs, like they're rubberized. And the funny thing is it still has a 7-inch TFT screen, just like what my Laramie Sport did. Except for now, for 2026, there's all this tech that's standard. So you get adaptive cruise control, you get blind spot monitoring, you get front and rear park sense, and that's all standard. But I do like the fact that the glove box, the upper glove box is gone. Like you have a shelf. And my favorite feature of this whole truck is going back to the bench seat, which is awesome because not only is it a bench seat, but you also have storage underneath. You do have, well, you got to pull the strap here. You pull this down, you got storage in here, you got cup holders. And then the cool thing is even though it doesn't have the actual center console, you can press this. You got a huge storage bin down here. You got an actual 115 outlet down there, USBs A and C. So, I mean, does this not remind you of how trucks were?
Oh yeah.
Like not even 20 years ago, like 15 years ago. Like
I myself like it. I think it's very functional.
Yeah.
It's laid out nice. It really is. Everything's within reach, and I like the contour. There's the difference in the depths of things. It's nice.
The only thing I can complain about, and a lot of people complain about it on the Ram forums and stuff, is everybody is not a huge fan of the rotary dial shifter. They've had it for quite a while. They've actually had it since the DS trucks. But this truck here, like, feels like it needs a column shifter. Like, if it had a column shifter, it would just feel more, like, work truck based and more tough, in my opinion. It's just kind of my whole thing. But the door panels and stuff are cheaper. But, like, I like how they put the actual, like, satin nickel finish on the handles. Because, like, in the 2500 Warlock, it's just black. So I feel like the Ram 1500 Warlock kind of, like, upgrades a little bit more than what the heavy duty does. But you do have like the actual toggle switches down here. And again, not having the bigger screen actually doesn't bother me because you have all the functionality. You do have the, an upper console, which is really cool because guess what? This truck does come with a power slider, which is super nice. But you can see, like, compared to the normal Rebel, which would have like a passenger screen, a bigger Uconnect system, which I actually don't like the bigger ones because you lose physical buttons. And I know a lot of people don't like losing physical buttons, but overall, I think it reminds me a lot of your 2006 Ram 1500 Bighorn. The
one thing I noticed when I first got in it, being a bigger guy, is the seats are really comfortable. It's a wide enough seat that you don't feel crushed in it, and there's enough width with the console even in the armrest. Still feels pretty spacious.
Yeah. So, all right, we're going to get on the road and go to our first event. We'll see you in a little bit.